Hello everyone, John Donnelly is my name from Your Holistic Academy, and today I have a very special guest with me, Johny Beirne. How are you doing today, Johnny?
Great, John. Thank you very much. Thanks for the opportunity to be here.
Johnny, I'm delighted, and Johnny, I'm really interested in your what you do in terms of your online training for people, how to promote themselves online. So, as you said, they're an online course coach and
Yes,
an expert in technology and how to use technology to help people to bring professionally online. Yeah.
that's exactly it, John. Yeah, I mean, the screen has become the new stage and Zoom has become the new room. So
Yeah.
we definitely need to go from looking uncredible to incredible so that people essentially believe what we have to say and I guess take us serious from a business perspective. As you have your beautiful background there that matches with who you are and what you do. You have it branded with your logo. You have the nice scenery there that matches with, holistic practices and stuff like that. So, you've embraced this yourself, and your viewers will see, and take you more seriously, I guess, and more credible. So we definitely need to look more professional. The screen is the shop window. People do taste with their eyes online, and I do joke about, if you look like something from a witness protection program where people can't nearly recognize you, the picture is that bad, and the voice and the audio is so bad. So we have to embrace it if we're going to be online as much as we are. And of course the opportunities then come because we can scale, we can reach more and teach more by being online. So, and it doesn't cost a fortune, I have equipment lists for people that I provide. Like I'm on a €70 webcam here and a couple of lights, and
Yeah, you're looking good, Johnny. Yeah. So
you'd
it's about
you'd never think I was 63, John, would you?
It's about embracing the technology, Johnny, and about style of presentation and about how you come across. And I guess you're a coach. So I mean, you've looked at the image and what sort of image do you portray? And as you say, from uncredible to incredible. I love that line. Yeah. So, Johnny, tell us about the sort of clients you work with right now. What sort of training do you do right now?
Yeah, it's primarily speakers, trainers, authors, and coaches, and also people in your industry as well, in the whole holistic industry. People who are, recording what they do or delivering it live, and so it's wide ranging for sure. I mean, really, anybody that gets paid for what they say, their insights, their experience, their expertise. It's an ideal thing for people to embrace, is to record it, to deliver it live, of course, online, but also to record it. And that's why I've written the book, Say It Once, Sell It Often, which is a free guide on my website, that people can get. So it's available there for free, and it's just a simple framework that took me 7 years to write, because I'm 7 years doing this and, learned a lot of things the hard way. But yeah, it's wide ranging for people who can embrace it. There's online courses about everything now, and which is great opportunity.
Yeah. Johnny, I mean, even just your screen has changed now and your book is displayed on the screen there. So that's like just simple technology that people can get a hold of.
Yeah, I suppose it's all about, and it's another course that I have, but it's all about, standing out on screen. And it's the same when we go to an offline networking event. We put our best selves forward. We dress appropriately for the occasion. We might have business cards at the ready, etc. But obviously we can't hand out business cards online. So I'm using the digital equivalent here, I guess, is to, bring the name in, and in some cases you could have the website coming in. I have the book coming up there in the corner, which I can turn on and off. So I suppose it's just using a different medium to stand out the way we would try to do to stand out in a physical event in a good way.
Sure, Johnny. And as you say, this technology is available, and it's not that expensive, and it's just a matter of knowing where to go and who to. So you bring that expertise, if you like, to people. Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose I learned it all the hard way so that my students don't have to, because there's
Yeah.
drawers full of cheap and cheerful equipment there that, it was probably functional at the time. Some of it didn't work, but I guess I was trying to skimp a little bit, or maybe didn't have the money at the time. But I suppose the key thing is, a reasonably good camera, plenty of lights. You can't underestimate the power of lights. And the need for them, and a good microphone, and you're well on the way. So for in the low hundreds, you can go, as I say, from looking uncredible to incredible, so that people that you essentially win more business, because you could be 20 years doing what you're doing, but if people's first impression is you're sitting at the end of the bed with a nice a robe hanging on the door or something or whatever, and they just don't take you as seriously, or they don't necessarily believe you're credible. Unless you're a household name, and then it's fine. But in general, when we're not, we need to put our best selves forward, and it doesn't really cost a lot,
Sure. And then, Johnny, if we were doing a live event, would you do you work with presentation on live events as well?
Yeah, I absolutely do. Yeah, so do lots of live events, and I show people behind the scenes, so you can see me there. This is the entire setup here, but I don't I guess I show the system and the setup warts and all, because I want people to understand that it's not expensive. It's not that difficult to set up for the end result. So I do lots of lives and lots of pre-recorded courses as well.
Sure. And then, Johnny, for different social media and all that, you obviously direct people as to how to market that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, so of course, video and online marketing go hand in hand. You can't really do online marketing anymore without some form of video, whether you're in it or not, whether it's animation or whatever. But ideally, the business owner would be in the video. So that's what I love about this setup. You can hit record and do promotional videos, webinars, Zoom meetings, whatever it is, and then for Facebook Lives, I would use this very same setup. And again, you can bring in the little animations while you're live, and it's really engaging for people. And until everybody does it, it does kind of differentiate you. So it's really great for social media. And as you know, we're on Facebook Live now, and it's huge for growing your awareness and growing your audience, adding value, and ideally, of course, a percentage of that audience would turn into paying customers and students.
Yeah, brilliant, Johnny. And then they say it once, sell it often. So that's like, whenever you finish your presentation, how do you turn that into a marketable commodity, if you like, that people can download and buy over and over again? Yeah.
In terms of the videos? Yeah. So I guess, the videos, I would go on Facebook Live most days and then add some value. And maybe sometimes I might suggest a call to action, like you can go to the website and find out more by getting the free guide, and sometimes not. Once the video goes onto Facebook, you can download it afterwards, put it on your blog, share it on LinkedIn, that kind of thing. So you can upload it to Timmy, and Timmy will type it up. Timmy is a great app for dictation. So you could upload the video and it'll type it up, proofread it, and it becomes a great blog post. After a while, if you have enough of them, you could turn them into a guide. So the key is to repurpose all your content on social media. And that's what I do with mine. I use the videos for various different things,
Yeah. So, Johnny, we're like, for example, on the Realistic Academy, we've got a presentation coming up, and it's an online training around sleep and nutrition. So obviously the delivery of that is important, and obviously the content is supplied by the trainers, but the delivery, the professional delivery, and then afterwards, once it's delivered, then how do we sell that then? That's effectively the next step then.
Yeah. So some people can take what they deliver live and upload it to a learning management system. It has to be pretty slick and well delivered live in order for it to be good enough to go automatically or directly into an online course. And it's not that it wouldn't be slick and professional delivered live. It's just that if there's an interruption, or if you sneeze or cough or whatever it might be, you would need to edit that out for sure. But definitely, I mean, delivering it live, it's also a great way to test the curriculum before you make or turn it into a pre-recorded course. And a lot of people would make elements of the live afterwards, the recording, they would cut it up into little bite-sized chunks of information that they would then publish back out onto their social media. So there's massive opportunity to repurpose the content for sure.
Would you work with your clients then right through the process, Johnny, until the end result? Like, do you work all the way through with clients?
Yeah, so there's two options really. One is a pre-recorded program of the same name called Say It Once, Sell It Often. And then some people do hire me to work with them one-to-one, primarily to fast track the process because they really need to get it online. Maybe it's because of COVID or other reasons. Maybe they've had a corporate come to them and say, can you deliver this to 500 of our staff? Then you have to, in a lot of cases, particularly now as well, is to record it. So yeah, I work one-to-one with people who, who want to essentially get that one-to-one coaching for their specific needs. So they're the two options. A lot of people go for the pre-recorded, and then, it costs less for one thing. They can learn at their own pace from their own place. They can still ask questions by typing them in under the videos. And then they can see after they go through the course whether they still need me or not. So I don't necessarily try and convince people to go one-to-one. In fact, it's the opposite. I encourage people to take the course. It's cost less, you have more flexibility, and then see if you still need one-to-one afterwards. And in a lot of cases, because the course is pretty comprehensive, they don't need me one-to-one.
Yeah, brilliant, Johnny. And tell us, you're ahead of the ball game here, because obviously everyone's online now because of the lockdown. But you've been doing this for a few years now.
Yeah, I launched my first online course back in 2013, April 2013. It was called Facebook for Pharmacists. So for years I was teaching social media, but I couldn't scale, and I was getting a bit fed up of driving around the country. I mean, it paid well, but when you take a lot of the indirect costs, so to speak, into consideration, like you could be getting 5, 6, 7, 900 euro for a day. But if you have to go down to Tipperary from Leitrim the night before, pay for somewhere to stay, come back that evening, you're not really your best self for your children. And the next day you mightn't be your best self to go even somewhere else. So I thought, look, there's bound to be an easier way. And in fact, our mutual friend James Martin convinced me to go to a conference in London. So I give James credit for setting me on this journey. And I'm into technology and the internet anyway. I've been building websites since 1996. But at that event, all the speakers had digital products, ebooks, online courses and programs. And I thought, this is for me. And I came back and did a bit of research about it. And I launched my first online course in April of 2013, Facebook for Pharmacists.
Wow, brilliant. Yeah, that's fantastic. But James is a superstar, of course, as a coach.
Absolutely, yeah.
Absolute superstar. I had the pleasure of interviewing him only last week, Johnny.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, it was great. And I had a good meeting with him this morning, actually. We're doing a joint event later on in the year.
Yeah, he's a brilliant guy. So he's part of our project as well, Johnny, with Your Holistic Academy. I'm looking forward to working with James in the future as well.
Yeah.
So tell us, Johnny, for you, I mean, you're obviously going to be really, really busy now, because this is like, everybody wants this now, because it's
2020 was a very, very busy year. It's probably one of the busiest years ever. Did a lot of work with local enterprise offices and their clients in terms of getting them online. lots of live courses, and yeah, so it was really busy. Lots of people looking for advice on how to get started in a cost-effective way, and yeah, so it was, I'm not. It's not nice to because of that the profit was caused by a pandemic.
Yeah.
But it was great to be able
Yeah.
to serve people because I had been doing it for so long. So yeah,
Yeah.
it
So
was great from that point of view. But I'd rather be busier for other reasons. But it is what it
yeah.
is, you know.
I mean, you're providing a brilliant service that people need, Johnny, and it's an essential service now, because I mean, a lot, especially from my point of view in the holistic world, people, I mean, holistic practitioners who are dealing one-to-one and in yoga studios or wherever it is may be, delivering their service, are now finding that they can't do that anymore at the moment. So they have to go online. They're forced to go online. So
yeah, but it's also a beautiful business because you can reach more and teach more, as they say. And if you move into the pre-recorded world as well as live online, that's where scale really begins to happen. I mean, you could have 1,000 people taking your program, and the only impact it has is on your income. So you can definitely serve more people, and you can start to look international. You're not confined by time or travel or COVID. So it's an opportunity to future-proof your business as well. And I have been saying for years, don't let the size of a room determine the size of your impact or income, because all bets are off when you record it. It's like the music industry, John. You cut that #1 album and could sell for 20 years.
Yeah. So effectively, Johnny, you could take someone and maybe work with them for 6 months, and in that 6 months of work, they could have a lifetime income from that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, particularly if they, if they already, have been building up an audience, and even if they haven't, if they're keen to get going on this, and they really believe that it is for them, and I believe it should be, because ultimately what you're looking at, and it's one of my highest values, after doing James Martin's coaching course as well, is freedom. And like, my dad died at the age of 55. He was a coal miner. He died 21 years ago this year at the age of 55. And when I think of what he did with his time in exchange for money, it was modern day slavery even back then, because he'd be lying in cold water on his side, literally shoveling almost in the dark. And I often think that maybe in 20 years' time, my 2 children would look back and say, "You mean to tell me you drove from Leitrim to Tipperary to give a course? Surely was there no online back then," or whatever. So, but it's a stark contrast to me that I think about every day, what he did with his time for money. And I just think that, as I say in my book, time is not money, it's much more precious. So freedom is the ultimate goal for me, to not be tied to time, and not to be tied to the size of a room, or indeed to travel. So that's what I bring to people, and try and encourage and inspire them to think about, we only get to go around this merry-go-round once. So, are we here to make memories, or are we here to make money? And I think we can do both quite effectively with an online course or program.
Yeah, I love that, Johnny. Did you get a chance to go down the mines yourself when you were young, or?
No, I had what I call reverse role models growing up. When I seen what they had to do and their health, it inspired me not to follow suit, so to speak. There was absolutely nothing wrong with it. It put food on the table and everything else. But no, and the museum is still there now in Arigna, the Arigna mining experience. And when it opens again, people can go down and see exactly firsthand what it was like, So, but thankfully, no, I went off to college in Sligo and did 5 years down there, and then the rest is history. Yeah.
And what was your was it technology that you
It was engineering, actually. Yeah, I did mechanical engineering, and then industrial automation, and then quality management. But the automation is what I do now, and I got a grounding in it just to be able to type in a few lines of code and watch an actual robot do it over and over and over from a couple of lines of code. But I went to Ericsson in Athlone when I graduated, and that's where I really seen the power of the internet back in 1996. The 1st of July 1996, I started there.
Yeah.
I could see how Ericsson were using the internet. So I put the quality management system online. I learned how to code websites and stuff, and quality management soon became a thing of the past, and the internet and all of that stuff. And I've been doing that now for 20 years. I left Ericsson in 99 and joined a company called Trojan in Boyle. They're still there, and we set up the internet website design division of that company, and I did a year there and then went out on my own.
Yeah. And the leaving the corporate world behind, Johnny, I mean, that was a big step for you, was it, at the time?
It was. I mean, it was great. We got to travel. It was a great company. Still close friends that I worked with were still close friends. Some are still in Ericsson, some are not. But yeah, got a great grounding in the corporate world, corporate culture. We got to travel. I was in 5 or 6 different countries with Ericsson for conferences and various other things. But no, it wasn't the life for me. After 3 years, it was just, I had an itch to scratch, which was paddling my own canoe and see how it goes. And yeah.
So it was a good decision, Johnny. And you have that entrepreneurial spirit, Johnny, for sure.
Yeah. I don't like to be told what to do. No. No, I for whatever it is, even in college, I always had an inkling towards doing my own thing and see how it would go. And thankfully it's worked out well.
Yeah, brilliant, Johnny. Johnny, I'm delighted. I mean, this is a great opportunity for us in your Holistic Academy, because we need this sort of professionalism that you bring, and I can see you have a passion for bringing this service to helping people to deliver their content, as you say, from uncredible to incredible. I think that should be your tagline for the future, Johnny.
Yeah, I must get a T-shirt, John. Yeah.
So Johnny, thank you so much. And listen, we look forward to working with you. And for all the holistic people out there who want to get their services online.
Yeah. I'm practicing yoga every day. So big believer in yoga, and it's been very beneficial for me. And obviously picking up on other best practices from your practitioners in the academy. So.
Brilliant, Johnny. Brilliant. So it's going to be a great collaboration. And anybody who's watching, guys, Johnny, you're going to come and do a presentation for us on Tuesday night at 6 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
In the Your Holistic Academy networking event. So anybody wants to hear a little bit more about Johnny, reach out to us. We'll put the links to that event as well.
That'd be great.
We'll put the links to how what's the best way to get in touch with you, Johnny? Through your website?
Yeah, through the website. Yeah, through the website is the best way to go. You can book a free call on the website, So it's JohnnyBeirne.com. If you pop over to that, you'll be able to book a free call. So that'd be great if you just look up there in the top corner of it.
Johnny, I love that.
So you just click on book a free call there, and you can choose a time that works for you. So there's lots of slots there, a few at least. So you can book a slot there for 15 minutes, and we'll have a chat about how I can help anybody out there who's looking to stand out on screen or create an online course.
Brilliant, Johnny. I love your technical stuff there. I mean, my screen hasn't changed from we started, so you'll have to teach me all this stuff.
Yeah, I'm learning, trying to keep up with it every day. But look at it, I'm learning it so I can show people, and it definitely is. We do need to stick out a little bit. There's lots of noise on the internet and marketing fog, as they say. So anything that can help us to improve our business at the end of the day and help us reach more people and serve more people better than.
Sure, Johnny. It reminds me of our mutual good friend Pat Slattery, how to be outstanding.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Johny,
sure.
thank you so much. And guys, reach out to Johny, johnnybeirne.com, and we'll put the links in the chat, in the comments afterwards.
Yeah.
Johny, thank you so much for today. It was great to chat to you.
John, it's been a pleasure as always to talk to you, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. And hopefully we'll all meet up soon as well.
Absolutely, Johny, in the real world. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Johny. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks a million.